Hello, welcome to the channel, Water Signs. Water signs. I know I said I'd do individual signs this week. I'm still not back from my trip helping my brother move into his new house, so there's a lot going on, and I promise you have my full attention right now, but I can't do individual signs. So with that, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, hi, welcome to your weekly reading, Water Wednesdays, where I read for you every Wednesday. Forever. I read for you every Wednesday forever. Okay. We're going to get into it here. I am using the Baroque Tarot and the Cosmic Tarot today. And, yes. Our incense is Palo Santo incense. That's the smoke you're seeing, maybe. Yeah, it looks like it. Anyway, so yeah, let's get right into it, okay? Let's do it. What do our water signs need to know this week? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, please and thank you. Thank you for being here, by the way. And if you're returning, thanks for coming back. Okay, let's get into it. We have the Five of Swords we're kicking it off with. Boy. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. And underlying the energy is the Five of Cups. Okay, this is feeling like the energy from last week a little bit, right out of the gate. It's really interesting. So we have some loss here. We have some emotional pain, some grief, things like that underlying the energy. Looks like a separation. You know, this sometimes they call this card Lord of Failure, so it's like, anyway, a separation, right? Clearly, that's those two fives together. That's always a fun combo. So, water signs. I think the separation has caused a bit of a reservation moving forward. There's some stunted energy moving forward, and I think it has to do with the heart space more than anything. Central to this card is the heart space, that pentacle that's covering the heart, and really, speaking of the heart space, I mean, the Queen of Cups is kind of that too. You know, this is the nurturing, beautiful, emotionally giving queen. So, if this is your reading, I think you already know. It's for you. Is that the sun? Okay. Yeah. Okay. The sun was on the bottom of this deck, so take that for what it's worth. But I do feel like we've got a bit of another read for somebody with some heartbreak, and I'm just trying to get some clarity on that. I don't really know. I would say the other thing about that Four of Pentacles is the way the fourth pentacle on the crown is sort of illuminated. So there is a spiritual insight that's to be gained in this circumstance. I mean, every circumstance, really, we have the opportunity to learn every day, right? But it's guarding the heart, and it's sort of, I think, kind of inviting you to gain some spiritual insight. So there's a spiritual gift involved, but whatever it was there was a wound that's caused you to guard your heart. And I think your heart is meant to be open. But we're clarifying the Five of Swords right now. What do water signs need to know about this Five of Swords? What do water signs need to know about this Five of Swords? Okay. Ten of Cups. So you... okay. I need the whole story, though. We need the two more cards. That Ten of Cups is really interesting. because most Ten of Cups shows a happy couple, you know, and in this deck, the Ten of Cups is individual. There's one person in the card. And the Nine of Cups, it usually has one person, has two people in it, so that's interesting. I think the answer there, though, one thing that's being said is like happiness and emotional fulfillment truly does come from within. You know, love for yourself is what ultimately is most important. Because you can have other people love you and adore you, and you can still be hollow. This energy... Boy, you know, I really... my job's way less fun when the readings go this way. I don't know what to make of this. Okay, there's the Five of Cups. Yeah, it's a big loss. And the Four of Cups. Okay. Underlying is the Ten of Swords. There is a clear, definitive ending being expressed here for somebody out there. And we talked about the heart space earlier. You thought this was your Ten of Cups. I think you thought this was your Ten of Cups, and that's why this Ten of Cups and not the others. Like, you thought it was the Ten of Cups with the other person, you know, in the traditional deck, the two people and like the Rainbow of Cups, but it was you by yourself. Really, that person wasn't connected to you. Jeez. I'm sorry. Wow. Then I'm gonna put it on the internet anyway. This job sucks sometimes. There's a lot of heartbreak here. You were alone the whole time. You were alone the whole time. I think you're realizing that, and there's just a period of contemplation here. A period of contemplation here where you're sort of wondering where it's coming from. You know, when will you get your true Ten of Cups? This is a different one. This guy's sitting here. He's kind of got like his, he's got a little, looks like a little wine and a little bit of fruit there, and he's just waiting for somebody to show up. Jeez. Okay. Okay. Let's get some clarification for the Four of Pentacles. Good Lord. Well, whoever's energy this is, I'm sorry. Okay. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Alright. Water signs need to know about the Four of Pentacles. Normally my channel's, by the way, if this is your first time, I'm normally a pretty bubbly person. It's a pretty happy channel generally. So you're getting an unusual twist here. The water signs of last week was kind of like this too. Goodness sakes. All right, Four of Pentacles. So maybe somebody new's come into the mix, and this is the story that needs to be told. And maybe some of you water signs have been watching for a while. Are like, what the hell is this? Well, I don't know. If it's not your story, it's not your story. That's okay. There's always, I would say there's always an energetic reflection available for us to introspect on if it's not like your story. There may be some nuggets of wisdom for you regardless, but, you know, if it's not your story, that's okay. You know, you're welcome to stay and listen if you'd like. All right. Four Pentacles here. We have the Queen of Wands. Okay. We've got the Six of Swords. And we have the Prince of Swords, or the Knight of Swords. Okay. Underlying the deck is our friend the Hierophant. Again, that's Taurus energy. If you've watched regularly, you know this. Taurus energy, it's also a card of institutions, traditions, authorities, can represent a marriage. I don't know in this context if it's about a Taurus or about a marriage with a Taurus. Okay? Okay, so this Four of Pentacles, like I said, the heart space was guarded. There's spiritual insight to be gained. We're weirdly talking about that. It has nothing to do with the Four of Pentacles, really. This Queen of Wands and this Prince of Swords. I think one thing about the Queen of Wands is we all know she's very confident, very passionate, knows what she wants. Knows what she wants, knows how to get it too. But oftentimes it's a call to inner confidence, inner beauty, and how that will exude out of you. You know, so these two together is really interesting because there is an energy here of kind of a gung-ho energy. Like I think something will click or has clicked. I think you're pulling out of this, right? You're pulling out of this sorrow through the spiritual lessons and spiritual enlightenment and learning to open your heart up again, because your heart is meant to be open. Absolutely, it's meant to be open. But there was something about this that's going to light a fire with you, within you. And this Six of Swords is really quite different than a typical one. We have a Caduceus healing staff, basically. We have our swords laid out, and we have a person dancing, basically. Normally, Six of Swords is like moving away from the turbulence, you know, moving into calmer waters. The Five of Swords is that separation. The Six of Swords is sort of like taking the steps to sort of what comes after that. It's like the healing time, and better times ahead, right? Signaling better times ahead, more or less. And it's something that'll come in pretty rapidly. This is the fastest knight in the deck traditionally. This person has a tremendous amount of confidence, and is going to move swiftly. So there's some kind of aha moment here that sort of unblocks you, I think, reopens the heart space. The spiritual lessons are learned, begin to flood in, and I think they come rather quickly when the movement away from this separation is finally taking place. It looks like healing to me. I think this dancing is sort of, you know, it's like that energy of dancing your emotions out or something. There's healing in it. It's expressive. Learning to express can bring a lot of healing, you know, opening the throat. Which, you know, the sword suit is all about communication and your mind, right? Your mental state and your communication. So yes, opening the throat. The expression that's required here and moving away from the conflict may have to do with something that you put forth in maybe through song, through dance, some artistic expression. But it's about communication. Bold communication, you know. This Prince of Swords energy is like this is a confident communicator. So okay. So we're getting unstuck. I guess in the context of the Hierophant underlying, I could say that maybe there is a teacher or an advisor that you could benefit from, and you might know what that's all about, person on the internet. However, it's also something I think that I was just talking about, that communication. You may be embodying some of this energy. Maybe you're called to, as you go through this process, it's so that you can share your wisdom with others and help other people. Help other people with their own healing and enlightenment. I mean, ultimately, it's all an individual journey, but we are all here to help each other as well. So, which brings me to the Queen of Cups, dear water signs. That's kind of part of that energy, you know. If a person has that mature, emotional outpouring that the Queen of Cups has, and the ability to communicate and impart wisdom, that's a precious gift. It's a precious gift. All right, we're clarifying the Queen of Swords. We've got the Nine of Wands. Yeah, you're again, fire, right? We had the Queen of Wands earlier and talking about that confidence and stuff. The Nine of Wands is this is a little different. You see that lion back in the back there. That's your lingering, that's your energy, like the energy that you're meant to step into, boldness. You're meant to put away the timidity that you have. Is that a word, timidity? I think so. Your timid nature needs to be overcome, and I think there's something inside of you that is like ready to come out. And the Nine of Wands, wounded. It's the wounded warrior. And yes, clearly there's been wounds. The moon's on the bottom right here, by the way. So we have Cancerian energy and Pisces energy. This one directly too. The Pisces symbol is right there in the middle of it. So, so's Cancer. Okay. Sorry, Scorpio. you don't get that one. No. But anyway, there is a definite. The Nine of Wands is also kind of about like a manifestation that's almost it's on the horizon. There's persistence in it, There's persistence in it. The confidence, though, is key to this. You have the fire, you have the emotional love and capacity for love, and you're learning. I think you're gaining tremendous enlightenment and learning how to communicate more and more those gifts, and it's going to benefit a lot of people. So we got the Chariot. Cancer. Okay, yes, Spirit is ready to take this someplace. And we have Temperance, Sagittarius energy. Okay, well, there's the more specific fire, and the Ten of Pentacles underlies the deck. Okay, the false the false start, I don't know, the false lover, the false whatever, I think is going to ultimately was just a stepping stone for you to get to where you need to go. It brought balance into your life. It helped you master your emotions, find your passion, learn how to communicate and be rational, and even forced you to ground, even forced you to become grounded in a sense. And that that restoration of balance in you is what really gets things moving. Spirit has somewhere to take you. You're ready for a new journey. You're ready to start a new chapter in your life. Okay, and it's one that's going to lead to sort of your ultimate legacy energy. And again, this deck's a little unique in that, again, it's represented as an individual here with this Ten of Pentacles. It's about your true power here. You're going to recognize how abundant you are and how much capacity you have for that. You're going to find yourself, and it's going to lead to your legacy. Finding out who you really are. Yeah, you're, and you know how much. Yeah, I feel that. Refined in the fire. You're being refined in the fire, like precious metal. Being heated up, melted down, and the impurities are being removed. It's like we've talked so much about finding your fire after this hurt, and it's like that passion is bringing about your true nature. And here is the Ten of Pentacles. It just flew out again. Only this time it's the whole crew. Okay, your legacy energy is going to attract in all the things that you desire. We have the family there, the child, the dog. We have the elder. This is beautiful stuff. This is beautiful stuff. I'm glad it's at least turning a corner. Listen, water signs, if this is your story, I realize this may not have been the most entertaining read in the world, but it is serious. This is, I mean, ultimately, this is beautiful energy. You're being transformed through this pain that you've suffered. And you're finding a true strength, a true empowerment, and you're going to be recompensed for all the things that you lost, and then some. You're going to wind up with so much more. Queen of Pentacles. Yes, because you work so hard to cultivate. You learned how to cultivate your reality into one that you truly desire. That's what you're learning right now. You know, she's very diligent about creating the space that she wants to be in. This is 3 of the 4 queens, by the way, so we're really approaching Empress energy here, which is the embodiment of all 4 queens. So that's interesting. Okay, so that's it. That's interesting. Let's see. Yeah, and we have the 10 of Wands. There is a burden that is finally being released. You are ready to go into a new chapter in your life, water signs. The burden is finally being set down because you realize you don't have to carry it anymore. Strength. Strength on the bottom. That lion, you know, I was talking about that lion, and it just comes to mind, like, you this is a perfect example. Such elegant, feminine beauty that has got total control. No, I mean, think of it this way. It is control in a sense, but it's also harmony with that male lion, that masculine energy. So it's so benevolent and so loving. Like I said, you know, being water signs, that Queen of Cups, that's your energy. That's what you're meant to embody. You're going to still, as you find your fire and you find your determination to build what you truly want, you're still going to maintain all of that elegance and all of that deep emotion. So do not deny yourself your emotional vulnerability. It's meant to be there, which is a really weird way to interpret the Strength card. It's also Leo season, and this is Leo card, by the way, so that's something. But I think you're going to find out. You're going to find out exactly how powerful you are. So, wow, water signs. Thank you so much for being here. If this is your story, first of all, best of luck with this energy and congratulations. I know this is tremendously difficult, but it's taking you somewhere profoundly good. So, congratulations. We did see all 4 of the 10s. We got the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, and then we had the 10 of Swords underlying at the beginning. It's completion. It's completion of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. So, big changes for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you liked the video, please hit the like button if you'd like, because I'd like that. And then YouTube would like it, because then they'd know that you like me. And all the liking would be wonderful. So, wouldn't that be lovely? Anyway, I will see you next week. Water Signs, Water Wednesdays. I'll be back in a routine next week. Should be. Maybe there'll be individual signs by then. Hopefully this was valuable regardless, and I will see you next week. Have a beautiful week. Okay, bye.